over 100 chunks. That's what my render distance is set to right now in Minecraft. Oh, there's a nice little bumblebee bumbling about. Yeah. I've used a combination of mods here to set my render distance extremely high. We're at about 110 chunks right now. I can go up to 128 if I want to, and we're actually seeing less than 110, believe it or not, because the world isn't entirely loaded in yet. Like the chunks haven't been generated, and based on how these mods work, that makes sense as to why they're not trying to load in right now. I'll explain all that later, but I just want to show you guys this. Minecraft feels absolutely legendary at 128 chunks. I just made a video yesterday on Minecraft's running at about 60 chunks with shaders on, and that was a pretty cool video, so you guys can go check that out. I am going to make a tutorial on how to set all of this up in the future, but I just wanted to make a video showing off Minecraft at the extremely legendary render distance of 128 chunks. And we can see like all sorts of stuff here. We can see the little caves here. That's like, 8 chunks away or so, something like that. 32 chunks is about where the cursor is right now. 32 chunks ends there. 60 chunks ends right about there, and then past it, you can't even see it because of the mountains. We go all the way up to 128. Again, which isn't even loaded. That's definitely, hitting the top of 100 or so, that mountain over there that we can see going in the distance. But yeah, the amount of stuff that you can see in this game with such a high render distance really makes it feel completely different. And the fact that it's playable right now, I'm averaging about 30 or so FPS is just absolutely crazy. This wasn't really possible years ago, but with oh my god, it keeps raining in this world. With new mods and stuff, stuff like this is actually possible. I'll just do /weather clear. There we go. Clear up the weather. But yeah, you can see so many different villages, you can see so many different biomes and everything like that. And I think Minecraft honestly it almost was meant to be played with a render distance this high, especially with an infinite world. This render distance that I'm showing you guys right now actually exceeds the max render distance on most devices for the Bedrock version of Minecraft, which I think is pretty incredible. And the fact that it's running in Java Edition is pretty sweet. So that's the power of mods for you. I'll just go over here and show you guys, a nice view, and then, yeah, so there are some lag spikes, which I mentioned in my previous video as well. But let's go over the mods here. I'm going to go over them in detail. If you know how to install mods for Minecraft and set them all up to work together, you should be able to set this up for yourself without my help, which is the tutorial, of course, that I want to make. So, the things that make this possible, first, obviously we need Minecraft, the base game, and then followed by Sodium. And Sodium it basically just reduces lag. A lot of you probably have heard of Sodium. If we go into the options here, the whole options menu is completely different set up. So, the different performance stuff, all of this different stuff changes the way Minecraft, not the shaders options, changes the way Minecraft renders chunks. Makes the game run a lot faster. At just 32 chunks, we get a very, very good performance with Minecraft. And normally, Sodium is capped out at 32 chunks. So that's what I, sort of decided to try to get to work around today. And I actually was able to do it with something called Bobby Client here. And here I can set the max render distance and override what Sodium says. And basically anything that renders past the max render distance of Sodium, which is 32 chunks, is loaded as a quote-unquote fake chunk. So, a lot of these chunks that you're seeing, technically they're not real. They're fully, loaded in and visible, but they're not, real chunks. Not loaded in like the 32 ones that are actually surrounding me, which is pretty interesting, I think. And the ones that actually have active mobs and like are simulated fully is only 5 chunks. So yeah, that's sort of how all of this works. Pretty interesting stuff, and I'm happy I was able to do it. Bobby does require a few additional mods, but the install really isn't too bad. So I think you guys will be pretty happy when I release the tutorial, or just now when you see all the different mods that you need to download and you look them up and install them. This is some pretty cool stuff. It took me a while to figure out this workaround, but it definitely works pretty well. The fact that Minecraft's even playable like this in Java Edition is absolutely incredible. So yeah, just wanted to make this quick video to show you guys, that I did get past even 64 chunks, which is the video again that I made yesterday with the shaders instead, which is a really cool video too because you can see it working with complementary shaders, which look really good. But just seeing base Minecraft at 128 chunks and knowing that this is possible is really cool. This is something that's usually only available in Bedrock Edition, and the fact that you can just install a few mods and set it up, and you can do it with Java Edition is really, really cool. So yeah, everyone, thank you so much for watching. I am at Video Productions. I hope you liked this video. Again, a tutorial coming soon. I just wanted to make this video because it's 128 chunks, kind of a never been done before type of thing in Minecraft. Super, super cool. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.